Top 6 Best Foods to Stop Frequent Urination at Night. Nocturia, backed by traditional medicine. Are you waking up more than once during the night just to go to the bathroom? You're not alone. And it's not just a small inconvenience, it's a quiet thief, stealing your sleep, your energy, and slowly, your confidence. Over 70% of people with diabetes over age 45 experience this. It's called nocturia, and it can feel like your body is turning against you in the hours when you should be resting most deeply. What you eat in the evening could be the difference between a restless night and a restful one. Today, I want to show you 6 simple, powerful foods, supported by science and traditional medicine, that can ease your bladder, calm your nerves, and gently restore your nights. Let's begin. Let's talk about what's really going on. Nocturia isn't just about having a small bladder or drinking too much water before bed. It's a complex issue, especially as we age. It can be the body's cry for help, from the kidneys, the nervous system, the hormones, even the heart. At its root, nocturia happens when the body produces too much urine at night, or when the bladder can't hold as much as it used to. But why? For many older adults, blood sugar plays a major role. When sugar levels are high, the body tries to flush it out, and the kidneys go into overdrive. That means more urine, especially at night when the body is supposed to be slowing down. Then there's the hormone called ADH, antidiuretic hormone. This little messenger tells your body to make less urine while you sleep, but as we age, especially after 50, our ADH levels naturally decline. Less ADH means more urine and more trips to the bathroom. Add to that the wear and tear on our nerves from years of stress, illness, or high blood pressure. Those nerves that once told your bladder, hold on, wait a little longer, start misfiring, or going quiet altogether. From a traditional medicine perspective, especially in Chinese and Ayurvedic healing, nocturia is seen as a signal of imbalance between the kidney, bladder, and even the spleen. When these systems are out of sync, the body can't conserve its fluids properly at night. The beautiful thing is, the right foods, chosen carefully and eaten at the right time, can help restore that balance. They can calm inflammation, support hormone production, retrain bladder nerves, and reduce the strain on your kidneys. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about healing from the inside out. Let me tell you about one of nature's quietest healers, berries. Blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. These aren't just sweet little snacks. They are some of the most powerful allies we have for calming the bladder, balancing blood sugar, and helping the body do what it's meant to do at night: rest, restore, and repair. What makes berries so special? First, they're rich in something called anthocyanins, deep pigments that give berries their vibrant colors. But anthocyanins don't just look pretty. They reduce inflammation in the bladder walls and in the delicate nerve endings that control urination. When those nerves are soothed, they stop sending false alarms to the brain that make you feel like you need to go, again and again. Berries also support the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys, the microcirculation that helps concentrate urine properly. Better kidney function means your body doesn't have to work so hard to manage fluids overnight. But the benefits go even deeper. Berries are low on the glycemic index, which means they won't spike your blood sugar. That's especially important if you're managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Stable blood sugar means less urine production at night. They're also a rich source of magnesium and potassium, minerals that help relax the smooth muscles of the bladder. That's the kind of gentle calm your body needs before bed. And believe it or not, berries can even support melatonin production, which helps you sleep more deeply. Deeper sleep boosts your natural ADH levels, which helps you produce less urine during the night. I remember one patient, Mrs. T, a retired teacher in her 60s. She came to me exhausted, frustrated. She'd tried every over-the-counter sleep aid and cut out all fluids after 6 p.m., but nothing worked. When we added a small bowl of Greek yogurt with fresh blueberries and ground flaxseed to her evening routine, something comforting and nutrient-dense, she began sleeping through the night. Not instantly, but within 2 weeks. She cried with relief during her follow-up. There's a long tradition in Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine that sees berries, especially blueberries, as cooling and yin, nourishing, supporting the kidneys and calming internal heat that leads to restlessness and frequent urination. So how can you use this at home? Try eating 1/2 cup of mixed berries with plain Greek yogurt about an hour before bed. You can even add a teaspoon of ground flaxseed for extra omega-3s. Just keep it unsweetened. Your bladder will thank you. This isn't dessert, it's medicine, disguised as comfort. Now let's talk about a food that doesn't just nourish the body, it rebuilds it. The humble walnut. To some, it might just look like a crunchy snack. But to your bladder, your nerves, and your hormones, walnuts are a quiet miracle. And they're especially powerful for anyone over 50 who's struggling with nighttime trips to the bathroom. What makes walnuts special is their unique blend of nutrients that seem custom-made to support aging bodies. They're one of the richest plant sources of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3. ALA reduces inflammation not just in your joints, but also in your bladder walls and the nerve fibers that control urination. Less irritation means fewer false signals, and that means fewer wake-ups. But walnuts also contain natural melatonin, the same hormone your brain makes to help you fall and stay asleep. This is crucial. Because remember, when you sleep more deeply, your body produces more ADH, that anti-diuretic hormone that tells your kidneys, let's slow down urine production, it's time to rest. Here's something else. Walnuts are rich in magnesium, potassium, and phosphorus, the trifecta of minerals that support kidney function and help calm overactive muscles, including those in your bladder. And there's even more good news for men. Studies have shown that walnuts can help reduce CRP, an inflammatory marker linked to prostate problems. In fact, in a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, older men who consumed walnuts daily showed improved prostate health and reduced urinary symptoms. That's a real-world benefit, measurable and meaningful. One of my longtime patients, a retired engineer and grandfather of 5, once told me he felt embarrassed, even ashamed, about how often he had to get up at night. It made travel and overnight visits with family stressful. When we introduced a handful of unsalted walnuts about 2 hours before bed and adjusted a few things in his evening meals, he began sleeping longer stretches. He didn't cure anything overnight, but the change gave him his confidence back. And here's something I've learned from both modern science and traditional Chinese medicine. Walnuts are seen as a kidney yang tonic. They strengthen the deep reserves of energy in the body, especially for those who feel drained, cold, or easily fatigued. So keep it simple. 1 ounce of walnuts, that's about a small handful, is enough. Choose raw or lightly roasted, unsalted, eaten in the early evening. Avoid the candied or heavily seasoned varieties. Think of them as more than food. They're fuel for your healing. Now, I want to talk to you about something foundational. It's not trendy. It doesn't come in a superfood package, but it may be one of the most important tools in your toolbox: lean protein. Why? Because as we age, our bodies begin to break down more muscle than they build. And our internal systems, especially those connected to the bladder, kidneys, and hormones, depend on protein to rebuild and repair. Lean proteins, like chicken, fish, eggs, tempeh, or cottage cheese, supply the amino acids your body uses to regenerate tissues, especially the ones involved in bladder control. We're talking about the detrusor muscle, which lines the bladder, and the sphincter muscles that help hold in urine. If those muscles weaken, control slips. But with the right protein intake, we can restore tone and strength. Protein is also essential for hormone production. Remember that anti-diuretic hormone, ADH, we talked about earlier? Your body needs adequate protein to produce and regulate it. Without enough protein, not only does your sleep suffer, but your kidneys miss the signal to slow down urine production at night. And here's the part many people overlook: protein stabilizes blood sugar. Unlike carbs, protein is absorbed more slowly, keeping your glucose steady and preventing the spikes and crashes that tell your kidneys to dump excess fluids. It's not just about bladder control. It's about the entire metabolic orchestra. Let me share a story with you. Mrs. Lan, a widow in her 70s, came to see me with a deep sense of frustration. "I feel like my body is falling apart," she told me quietly. She had been relying on toast or fruit for dinner. Easy, yes, but not nourishing. We adjusted her evening meal to include 3 ounces of grilled chicken breast with steamed broccoli and a side of barley. Within weeks, she reported fewer nighttime wake-ups, and more importantly, she felt strong again. And strength, especially in later life, isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's knowing that your body is responding to your care. Lean protein also brings with it other vital nutrients: vitamin B12 to support nerve function, zinc for hormone balance, phosphorus for healthy kidneys. Just be mindful. Avoid heavily processed or salty meats like ham, bacon, and sausage. These do more harm than good. Choose fresh, whole options. Season with herbs, not sodium. At dinner, aim for about 3 ounces of lean protein, about the size of your palm. Combine it with fiber-rich vegetables to support digestion and keep blood sugar even. Think of it not as eating healthy. Think of it as rebuilding yourself, one meal at a time. Now, let's slow down for a moment and look at something humble, something ancient, something that's fed generations across cultures. Barley. It's not flashy. It doesn't come with a marketing campaign. But barley is one of the most gentle, healing grains you can eat, especially if you're struggling with frequent nighttime urination. Barley is rich in a special kind of fiber called beta-glucan. This type of fiber has a unique ability to slow down the absorption of glucose, helping to stabilize your blood sugar. And as we've discussed, keeping your blood sugar steady is essential. Every time your sugar spikes, your kidneys go into overdrive to flush it out, creating more urine, especially at night. But barley does more than just manage sugar. It also supports the delicate balance of insulin and cortisol, 2 hormones that, when out of sync, can sabotage your sleep and your bladder control. When these hormones are calmer and more stable, your body produces more ADH, that nighttime hormone that tells your kidneys, it's time to rest now. And let's not forget the gut. Barley feeds the good bacteria in your digestive tract, which in turn helps lower systemic inflammation, a common underlying cause of overactive bladder, nerve damage, and hormonal imbalance. A calmer gut often means a calmer bladder. In traditional medicine, barley has long been used in barley water or porridge to cool internal heat, soothe the urinary tract, and ease tension in the body. I often suggest a simple dinner idea: 1/2 cup of pearled barley, slow simmered with a bit of garlic and leafy greens like spinach or bok choy. It's warm, grounding, and surprisingly satisfying. Just be mindful to avoid instant or processed versions. They've lost much of their fiber and healing properties. Barley won't change everything overnight, but over weeks, it can quiet the body, ease the strain on your kidneys, and help you reclaim your nights, not with force, but with steady, silent nourishment. Now let's talk about one of the richest sources of nourishment you can put on your plate: salmon. This isn't just a delicious fish. For older adults, salmon is a true therapeutic food, especially when it comes to nighttime urination and overall kidney health. Why? Because salmon is packed with omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, powerful anti-inflammatories that go to work in the bladder, kidneys, and nervous system. These healthy fats help reduce irritation along the bladder lining and soothe the nerves that control urination. Over time, that can mean fewer signals telling you to get up in the night. Salmon is also one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, which supports hormone regulation, including the production of melatonin and ADH, the hormones that guide your body into rest and reduce nighttime urine output. It's no coincidence that people low in vitamin D often report more sleep problems and more frequent waking to urinate. But there's something else salmon does. It builds strength. Its high-quality protein helps maintain muscle tone, including the pelvic floor muscles, which are critical for bladder control. This is especially important as we age and muscle mass naturally declines. I once worked with a patient, John, a soft-spoken farmer in his late 60s. He had kidney concerns, borderline diabetes, and couldn't remember the last time he'd slept through the night. We made small changes. One of them was adding 3 to 4 ounces of wild-caught salmon twice a week, paired with leafy greens. It took time, but not long. He started sleeping longer stretches, and best of all, he began waking up refreshed, not resentful of the night. Choose wild-caught when possible. Avoid fried or heavily salted preparations. Steam it, bake it, let the nutrients shine. This isn't just a fish. It's a gift to your nerves, your kidneys, and your sleep. And now, a food so simple you might overlook it: green beans. But don't let their simplicity fool you. Green beans are one of the most bladder-friendly vegetables you can add to your dinner plate, especially if your nights are being interrupted by frequent trips to the bathroom. Let's start with the basics. Green beans are low in calories, low on the glycemic index, and high in fiber. This means they help keep your blood sugar stable after dinner, reducing the pressure on your kidneys to flush out excess glucose overnight. But it's not just about sugar. Green beans are rich in magnesium and potassium, two minerals that help relax smooth muscle tissue, including the muscles in your bladder. When your bladder muscles are tense, they send urgency signals. When they're calm, you're calm. They also contain manganese, a trace mineral that quietly supports hormone balance and antioxidant function. And speaking of antioxidants, green beans are full of them. These nutrients protect the delicate nerve endings that help control urination, especially at night when signals can get a bit scrambled. Another hidden benefit: green beans help regulate cortisol and insulin, both of which play into how much ADH your body produces. That means green beans support the very hormone that tells your kidneys to slow down while you sleep. From a traditional perspective, green beans are considered cooling, grounding, and gently detoxifying. They support the liver, the kidneys, and the spleen, organs that work in quiet harmony to maintain fluid balance. Here's what I often recommend: steam them lightly, toss them with a bit of olive oil, minced garlic, and a sprinkle of flaxseed. Serve them warm with your evening meal, especially alongside a protein like salmon or chicken. Green beans don't shout, they whisper, but their message is strong: rest now, all is well. So now, you've met them: 6 simple, healing foods that can help you sleep through the night again. Not pills, not quick fixes. Just the quiet, powerful medicine of nature, working in harmony with your body. Here's how to begin. Choose 1 to 2 of these foods each evening. Eat your dinner 2 to 3 hours before bed. Avoid processed, sugary, or salty foods. Keep fluid intake gentle after dinner. Sip, don't gulp. Add a moment of calm, stretching, prayer, soft music, whatever helps your body unwind. And finally, don't rush this. Healing isn't loud. It doesn't happen overnight. But over time, with kindness and consistency, your body will respond. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more science-backed healthy aging.